All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Desmond Wilson. This is the guy from the Sun, from Sanford and Son. Exposes Diddy's downfall. He stopped making them money. All right, I mean, does that make it better though? All right, let's get it. Let's see where this takes us, guys. I mean, based off of the title itself, I think what he's trying to say here, he stopped making the money. He stopped making the people that were basically protecting him money. And this is the reason why his downfall was basically imminent, from the sound of it at least. It's come from the channel Comedy Hype, guys. Let's jump into it.
Wanted to get you back because there's been so much going on in terms of the industry.
You know what's going on.
It's been a lot going on since the last time we talked.
All the podcasts are talking about this thing with this man. I don't know this man. I don't swim in that pond.
Right. Good.
But it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But what I see somebody who's doing something that's been doing it for over 30 years. And all of a sudden now, this is what I know.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Go ahead.
I only speak on what I know. I don't like that term gatekeepers. I like overseers. Overseers on the plantation had a certain amount of power that they could wield that the master, the owner of the plantation, gave them.
Right.
And many of the slaves purportedly feared the overseers more than they did master, because they wanted to maintain and keep their status. Listen to what I'm saying and look at what's happening. They wanted to keep and maintain their status. And as long as the slaves were making that money when they weighed that cotton and whatever crop they had, the overseer's position was solid. So he cracked the whip to make sure that them slaves busted their butt.
You're choosing not to say the person's name, right?
I don't want to. You can say whatever name you want.
Because I just want to make sure the viewers, at least I'm understanding that you're talking about Diddy.
Yeah.
And you're talking about what went down. I think like relatively, maybe about a month ago, his house got raided.
Right.
And that would open up a can of worms. You're seeing different headlines come out. You're hearing about freak off parties, which I want to ask you about. Were those things existing in your time coming up? But I mean, just seeing that.
I say one thing about that last part that you asked me.
Go ahead.
Fatty Arbuckle.
What?
That name ring a bell?
Nah.
Fatty Arbuckle was in the silent movies. He was a superstar in silent films. Right. And his career was lost because he was look at you Googling because you're young. He was at a freak party, which has been going on since Hollywood existed. This is nothing new. It might be new to just your generation.
Bro, it's not new to any of us. That's what okay, listen, I've been trying to bite my tongue here. Listen, so here's the thing. Honestly, I mean, is it extremely conspiratorial? Yes, it is. Right, but it's valid. It could be valid. It has a lot of validity. And his exact comparison to an overseer, yeah, right. He stopped giving the people the money. How long have we known about Diddy doing weird things to people, bro? We've known this for a long time. It's not special. It's not new information. And the fact that everyone knew, who was he paying? I never even thought about it from that angle, but it sounds valid. Who was he paying? Who was that? Who was the overseer?
This ain't nothing new. The game doesn't change, John. Only the players.
Right.
And this generation doesn't understand that because they don't know what happened before. If you don't know your history,
right,
you're going to repeat the same dumb things in the future. Fatty Arbuckle was a superstar in silent films. He was at a freak party, which all the big studios used to throw. And he was accused of inserting a bottle in a woman. And it killed his career. His career became flat as 3-day-old beer. What I know about the overseers, I don't want to use that.
Okay, listen, here's the thing. I get it. The time may have been absolutely awkward. Listen, so I have, in fact, unfortunately, outside of the United States of America, been to a bar where there were crazy things going on, okay? And I can definitely tell you, if that's all it took, Okay, because I'm telling you, bro. I played no part in the absolute weirdness, but she was just doing it for a sport, apparently. Okay, so old times have changed.
That gatekeeper nonsense, that's a modern term, is
Roscoe
that as long as
Arbuckle.
they're producing, they're good. No matter what they do, no matter how
Right.
vile it is, the gatekeepers will make it go away. Now, what I know, because I went to the top in my industry, as long as you are making money for the powers that be, you can do anything short of somebody watching you murder somebody. The moment you stop making the money for them, you have no intrinsic value.
Mm,
And I knew that, and
that's
that's what I
strong.
used in the business of show. So I'm not talking about this young man. I don't know him. I don't swim in that pond. It's not necessary for me to bring all these people in, how he took advantage of. They wanted something, he wanted something. If you go to a shore in the Caribbean or even here, and you see a sign that says shark sightings, no recreational swimming. You see
Right.
surfers out there, you see
Yep.
people swimming out
In
there. They
fact,
go in
in
the water and
fact.
come out, nothing might not happen. But then they go in that water and the shark will get them, and that's the end of that.
Ooh.
So those waters that these people are swimming in are shark infested
Mm.
in the motion picture industry, in the television industry, and in the recording industry. Those waters are shark infested. You take a chance to go in there, you might come out unscathed,
You
you
might
might
not.
not come out.
Right.
Yeah. Is it? Do you
So
think it's
what
worth?
they're talking about this young man is doing has been going on since silent film. Do your research, son.
Yeah, I'm
After you hang
looking.
up, say, that old
Bro,
dude was right again. God dang.
this isn't new.
Because I'm from that
Yeah.
era. I
That's what
know the
I'm.
history of the industry. The thing that this young man is going through could be they have a ritual, an embarrassment ritual, a shaming ritual.
Right, but let me ask you this, because with that statement, you said this could be a shaming ritual. Does that mean the person's in on it as well as like this is part of my initiation? Because I saw Diddy in Miami and he was smiling as if everything was okay.
Right. He was outside riding bikes. Everything was perfect. He was taking photos with people. Right. I mean, he didn't care.
I don't know if this young man, I saw him in a magazine, and I don't want to talk about him, but I saw him on a magazine wearing some pretty zesty clothes.
He called him zesty. Yeah, he comes from a different time,
So
guys.
that said to me, he's probably part of that whole thing. And when you're part of that whole thing, you have to do what you're told. So if you want to go swim in those waters, you got to know, you got to be prepared. Look, there people say Damon was hard on John. He was hard on. Look, my hardness came from the discipline of my mother and father. When I was 8 years old to 18, I was in scouting. When I was 11, Cub Scouts, where you learn handcrafts, 8 to 11. At 11, I joined the Boy Scouts of America. That was before homosexuals were little boys. This was in the 50s.
Bro, you cannot say that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, buddy. All right. So listen, when you see this, that word is going to be removed. Specifically, the word grape. Let's just say that word is going to be gone. All right. But I'm not sure you can say that in 2024, bro. But I get it. You were born in 1946, so
I was sleeping on the ground in 20-degree weather, putting up a tent, learning how to cook my food and being a man, how to be a man, how to be a man, how to start a fire with a flint. And then I went into the military. So when I went to basic training, it was like summer camp for me.
right.
And then I was in the middle of a war. So I'm not a B male. I'm not a beta male.
All right. Yeah, we got that. Oh, buddy. That was like having a conversation with your grandpa, bro. That was special. That was a unique insight, at least. Did I know who Fatty Arbuckle was? No. Never heard of this man in my life, right? But as he stated, we're young, right? Compared to him. Real name, Roscoe Arbuckle. He was born in 1887. Yeah, bro, he was doing a lot of weirdness. If you want to know, I can't say none of these things in 2024 on YouTube. So go ahead and check that out. You can just look at his Wikipedia. It is mighty interesting. Oh, yeah, that is weird. Yeah, so this isn't new. It isn't. And imagine, you think it was new back then? No. Right? All the cool kids that had all of the actual power themselves were doing all types of debauchery. We know that. I think everyone knows that. Think about that. They're the cool kids. They can get away with it. Right? So, all right. Listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.